We are back. Hammers Happy Hour. It's Friday afternoon. Footy's on. I'm here. Round 1 starts tomorrow. All things have been happening this week. It's been a big week. We're on socials, finally. It's taken a little while, but Jaiden's been blowing that up. What else has been happening? We started a golf podcast this week. Heaps happened there, by the way. If you haven't listened to that, do yourself a favour. The swing of it. Jump on there and have a listen. It may or may not have been slightly altered since the first time we recorded it. Can't say anything else about that. Not allowed to. Getting in trouble. So we'll leave that. But yeah, been a massive week. And good to round it out here on a Friday. We've got a fun show this afternoon. We've got a couple of things on. Some footy we'll get to in a second. But yeah, we're live and we're rolling. It's Friday afternoon, currently at about 4:31. We've got a new setup over there with the computer. Jaiden might... we'll see how it goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't and I cut out halfway through, then it's the that little Mac Cube's fault. But apart from that, I think, Jaiden, if you... does that Sting machine work? Jaiden's here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Have you seen basketball in the last week?
I still haven't seen basketball.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
that's
I need
cool.
to. It's on the list.
No, it's on the list. That's
It'll
right.
get there.
Take your time getting there.
We'll get there. We do have, just quickly off the top before we get into that, we've got a super comment.
A super comment already?
Already, mate.
Shit, straight off the top.
Right
Nice.
into it. We've got Brandon Cavallaro, Hammer Ranks idea. And this is a $5 one, by the way, mate.
Okay, yep.
5 worst dog acts in sports history.
Okay, we could almost do that. Yeah, we'll do that this show. Give me a little bit of time. I'll spitball it live. I've already got a Hammer Ranks. Yeah, I've got one coming in. I've got a Hammer Ranks later on, but I'm going to, what is it, 5 biggest dog acts in sports history?
Yeah, the 5 worst dog acts in sports history.
That will be next week's because I can't. There's
there's a lot there.
I can think of footy ones off the top of my head, but other things I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to, but like instantly lay down Sally comes to mind. What a dog. Just like stopped rowing and then helped her teammates row to the, like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that's
anyway,
dog. Well, what? Cricket? Underarm?
Underarm ball. Yeah, not happy about that. What else? There's heaps of stuff. Anyway, that's a really good one. That's next week's. Pencil that in.
Save it.
We'll save that for next week. But straight off the top, before the football starts, Jaiden, hit the sting.
You've got the touch.
You've got the power. Yeah. You still have time, by the way, to jump on, download the TABtouch app. Get on the specials for this game. It is Geelong versus Melbourne. I was very bullish on the D's at the start of the year until I realised that they suck.
No Angus, mate.
Yeah, no Brayshaw, no Melbourne, which is disappointing. But yeah, they're shit, they're rubbish, and they're playing Geelong tonight, who are really good. They're playing Geelong in Geelong. Tough ask. But I've got to put a same-game multi together. I'm not going to go with a winner or a loser because I hate doing that. Sometimes it just bites you in the ass. So what I do think, though, is that there's going to be some stats to be had out there tonight. I've had a look. It's a little bit overcast, a little bit not great weather, not terrible though. And GMHBA is a small ground, so I think the nut pigs are going to get to work. Firstly, we take Jeremy Cameron. He's been going away from goals weirdly at the moment. He's been getting up on a wing. He's been getting involved with the play. I think he's going to have 15 disposals. He's one of the best players in the comp. Gun, give him 15. Lock that away. Next, we move to our 20 disposal getters. Christian Salem has been just eating footballs for breakfast for the last 4 weeks of this season, and he's had 20 every week of the year. Tick him away for another 20. He was my smoky in my fantasy draft. He was one that I got in my super coach team, and he's just been ticking away nicely. So leave him away. 20 disposals. Christian Salem, not too bad, mate. Itself. Now we move to Stephen May. I think Geelong are going to smash them. I think Geelong will win this game pretty comfortably. There's a 25k/h breeze. I've had a look, so it's going to be windy, making kicking goals difficult, which means a lot of points. Who takes kick-ins for Melbourne? Stephen May. So I think he'll just get 20 just by sheer weight of numbers from the kick-ins. Now we move to our heavy hitters, disposal getters. This guy came back with a headband on, skipping with his dick out, and Bailey Smith just knows how to get the ball. He is fit, he's quick, and he just finds the Sharon. He'll have TW Sharon imprinted in his hands by the end of the game. He's having 25 disposals. The other man that's having 25 disposals, he is the most stretched human being in the AFL at the moment. He's doing that stretching thing with that dude. His hair's as red as the footy's going to be, and his hands and feet are going to be that red because he's going to have that many touches of the footy, and he's going to be hurting himself. Clayton Oliver for 25. So, if you go with a couple of minutes to go before the game starts, jump on there and you go to the specials for the TABtouch, you'll see Hammer's Happy Hour same game multi. You've got Jeremy Cameron for 15. You've got Christian Salem and Stephen May for 20. You've got Bailey Smith and Clayton Oliver for 25. It's about $5. It's free, obviously, to put it on because it's just a win. So you may as well just spend that money wherever you see fit. But obviously, gamble responsibly. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblershelp.org.au. But yeah, you still got time for that. Now, the other one we always often do is we go a little side bet on who is going to kick the first goal and like which team and who. So I think looking at this, it is just a matter of the wind, and I'm not really sure who is kicking with the wind. I can't see the wind on the television. I'm not going to wait for the toss just because. I'm going to say that Geelong kick the first goal, and it's going to be Geelong kick the first score. That will be a goal, and I think Sean Manor might kick it.
Sean Manor,
if he's starting on the ground, which I hope he is,
the man.
I think Sean Manor might kick it. Mark Blixabs is a late out with illness, replaced by Reece Stanley. That really doesn't do a whole heap for me. Max Gawn's still going to have a billion hit-outs, and it's just going to be a sheer weighted numbers thing for him.
I don't know how you stop that, man.
Nah, it's going to be pretty tough. He's massive.
He's
but yeah, that's our bets. So jump on. You still have time with TABtouch, and we are going to go the Cats kicking the first goal, and it is going to be kicked by Sean Manor.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Like it.
Shout out, thanks to TABtouch. Free money.
Thank you. Hammer, how have you been, mate?
Mate, I've been good. I've been really good. It's round one this week for me. So
me too.
Yeah, who have you got?
Canning Vale.
Nice. Out at home or out
Nah, it's an away game, and we have to wear the home jersey.
Why?
Our colours are too close. Our new jersey's too close to Canning Vale's.
That's disappointing.
I know, it's the GWS stealth one as well. So
is it really? Yeah, that's nice. I know. That's really nice. Now, I have
been trying to get a petition going to change our song as well to the GWS song.
Just a straight GWS song? Yeah, I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's Essendon at the moment, and I just...
No.
Yeah.
Would your team... What's your team? What's the name of your team?
Piara Waters Falcons.
Would the Piara Waters Falcons go into the Big Sound?
Absolutely.
Big Sound where are you? Are you west? At the
south.
At the south of the town. It's the sound of
the sound of the mighty Falcons.
Yeah. Yep. I like it a lot, actually. That would work.
It would work really well.
That would really work.
So I'm trying to start that up.
Yeah. Now, I have been... I said on Monday's pod, whether it was this week or last, when I was reviewing one of my games, looking forward to the season, I said that I was fat and slow and unfit and needed to lose weight.
You did.
Since that game, I've been doing I've been back on the carnivore.
How have you gone?
I've gone really well. I'm just going to read this out to you. So obviously, I've done some pretty stupid things with my body over my journey on BackChat and Hammer's Happy Hour.
And we love it.
I have fasted for a long time. I've done this water weight UFC cut to try and win a driver where what was the worst thing that could happen? Oh, yeah, you die. I have eaten 100 nuggets. I have picked up a piece of dog shit and clapped with my hands. So I do silly things. Now, one other thing that I did that was pretty silly is this carnivore bit, but it was good for me and I lost a lot of weight. So I'm going to read you out. So I started doing this, not this Monday gone, the Monday before that. Monday, the 24th of March. I'm going to read you every day. So every day I stepped on the scales every morning, and every day I recorded the weight.
Yep.
Monday, the 24th of March, 103.2 kilos. That's a big man. That's a big human
103.2.
103.2, big man. I played on the Sunday and just had a bit of a binge Sunday night. So Monday, I was 103.2. That's a big man.
Big man.
Tuesday, 101.2.
Okay.
So there's 2 and a bit already.
2 kilos.
Wednesday, 99.8. Thursday, 98.8.
Okay.
So that's
slowing down a bit
4.5, but that's 4.5 kilos in 4 days.
Exactly.
So I've just gone straight down.
Yep.
So I'm 98.8 on Thursday. I hit a plateau over this weekend, and it tested my fortitude. Friday I was 98.7, only 100 grams. Saturday I was 98.5, only 200 grams. So at this point I'm thinking, Jesus, I've hit my ceiling, have I?
Yep.
I think I broke a little bit of a ceiling on that Sunday because I went to 97.9. So I dropped 600. I thought, here we go, we're back on track.
Yep.
Monday, I was crestfallen. Woke up and I was 98.0. So I'd put on 100 grams overnight. But I had a big dinner and it was just devastating. But then the wheel started turning. Tuesday, 97.0.
Yes.
Wednesday, 96.3. Thursday, 95.9. So in 10 days, I'd gone from 103.2 kilos to 95.9 kilos, which was a total loss of 7.3.
You're a bull.
Yeah, that was big.
It
was massive for me. So that's been my last 10 days. I've just been cutting the shit out of whole life with food. I've been trying my best to exercise on top of my training regimen. But yeah, I'm ready to go for tomorrow. Is what I'm saying. Round
Mate,
one.
I'll tell you what, I'd be scared if I was the opposition.
Yeah, well,
a man who comes in losing 10 kids, mate.
You're just losing a quick 7.
Yeah, quick 7.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. As this game is about to start, anyway, that's what's been happening with me.
It's not easy to lose a quick 7.
Nah, it's not. So now the hard thing is going to be keeping it off. But it's because now something about, I don't know, ask Jared, he's the guy. But more carbs, hold more water. I don't know. So anyway, we'll see how we go. But I'm feeling good. Tomorrow is my first game, and we're looking to do one better than we did last year, the Mighty Royals. So that's the plan. The ball gets bounced. Who wins the hit out? Obviously, Dirt, Max Gawn. We probably should have had Max Gawn for a bit if we had have known that Mark Blixavs was not playing and Reece Stanley was going to do the ruck work, but that's okay. Who did we have for first goal? Geelong and Sean Manor was...
Sean Manor.
That was the little side, but it was Geelong to kick the first is what we're going for.
Looking all right.
Yeah, well, Melbourne have just won the clearance, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Anyway, that's been me. What else? So yeah, the golf podcast. So I'll touch on that. If you haven't listened to that, do yourself a favour. It's fucking good.
Phenomenal.
If you like golf, if you don't like golf, it's humour.
Yep.
I think it's really, really funny. There's some funny bits in it. There's some stories. I think Joel and Ron are real good. They're naturals in front of it. Joel is a cracker, and Ron is just, he's Ron. If you know,
mate, Ron is a character.
Ron's a character.
And Joel can just
can run
talk
with
the leg off a chair, mate. It's brilliant. One of the best ones. We had a bit of personal feedback from Rachel, who's our assistant here.
Yep. Still hasn't watched Harry Potter.
Does a lot of work. Still hasn't watched Harry Potter. Trying to get it on.
Yep.
She said she had to listen to your voice all of last night because her partner loved it so much. He slept to it. Fell asleep to it.
He must have been. I reckon I'll tell you what I think. He would have fallen asleep at the end of it after about 15 minutes. He obviously wouldn't have been able to.
No.
He wouldn't have been able to fall asleep as we were doing it.
No, because you're too excited, aren't you?
Too excited. Paddy Dangerfield on Stephen May. Are they wearing a different kit, Geelong? I thought.
Looks like the normal one.
Looks like the same one. Anyway, Cosy Pickett's back. After did he get suspended? Oh, yeah, he got suspended for bumping someone in the head.
Yes.
So
pretty standard for Cosy Pickett, isn't it?
Yeah.
As
we watch Melbourne go forward, this will go out the back, and whoever that is, Jacob Van Rooyen, that will be out of bounds.
We got a couple of YouTube comments here.
Hit us on the YouTube.
Blake Taylor, how the F is Dan Houston's chiseled elbow 2 weeks and Ryan Marshall 3 weeks.
Ryan Mansell, we'll get to that. Actually, we may as well, while this game's on, we'll chat last night.
Does not have a boner over that.
No, I didn't have a boner over that at all either. And who's this kicking that goal? Kosai Pickett touched off the boot. Christian Petrarca.
Emily Moore, 100-year Ford strip on the jersey. Guernsey.
Say that again. The 100-year Ford strip. And our bet's dead.
Yep.
We had...
Melbourne get it.
Unfortunately, we had Geelong to kick the first, and Christian Petrarca has just gone and kicked the first goal. So
that's something Track would do.
Yeah, certainly something he would do, and we did. So that's fine. Don't worry about it. He's already had a couple of disposals as well.
I think we need to start betting on the other team.
Yeah, we need to start betting on the team that'll actually kick it. Anyway, while that's going back to the middle, let's chat last night. Carlton's so bad. They're so stinky and just shit.
Oh, they are an elite first quarter team.
Yeah, even first half, they're pretty good.
First half team, very good. Can't beat them. Apparently undefeated.
They're just the gutless baggers, and they have got no ticker. You think of ticker, you think of not Carlton. Because they are just rubbish. And Max Gawn has had another one. Here's Bailey Smith. Get rid of that. That's a handle.
Yeah, you almost think of the 2025 boners.
You do. You think of the boners. If you think of
Hart.
ticker and Hart, you think of the bonus. You think of Luke McDonald at Adelaide Oval with a minute to go in the second quarter with a goal-saving tackle. That's what you think.
Yep.
You think of Glenn Archer. You think of Michael Ferrito. You think of all these legends who put their heart and soul on the line for the jumper. And the gutless baggers haven't had anyone like that in ages. Like
Paddy Cripps
tries his... what can he do?
Yeah, his back's gone.
Cripps cooked. He's cooked. He's done. He's had 15 and 16 in the last 2 weeks. I think the weight of that football club has just crumbled on him. Yeah. And he can't do much more.
Heavy weight.
Oh, yeah, very heavy burden to bear.
Weight.
Heavy weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're shit. They're just so bad. Curnow looks cooked. He looks very underdone. They need Mackay back, but like Wiedering can't do it all down back. Him and Silvani are trying, but they're just shit.
No.
They just don't know how to win, and it's embarrassing. And like Vossi in the press conferences is just, I don't know. I'd like to say, I don't know. He should just rip them in half. He should just go in there and just say we're shit. We're all shit. But to their credit, Collingwood were really good. Nick Dacos is a fucking weapon.
Yeah.
He had 20 disposals or something like that in the second half. Josh, his brother's just as good. So unfortunate for Josh. Yeah. Like, devastating for Josh. He's such a gun. Like, such a gun.
He is.
And he's always going to be overshadowed by his brother and his dad. It's disappointing. But he's a weapon. So, yeah, that happened.
He's a gun, though.
But he is a gun.
You can't take it away from him.
He's a premiership player. Or he was an All-Australian and a best and fairest winner in a premiership year.
Yeah.
And still somehow not as good as his brother.
Yeah, but he's always going to be remembered with his brother.
True.
It's Nick and Josh Dacos.
It is Nick and Josh.
You look at the bobblehead behind you, mate.
Yeah, there they are. Where are they? Just the other way.
Yep, there you go.
There.
Just there.
Nick
and Josh.
Nick and Josh. And then Angus, and then...
Apparently can't be separated.
Me. That's me. Just
that's you.
Is that Darth Vader? Yeah, it is.
That
anyway,
is.
so we've... the other thing... Yeah, the big news out of that, and as the comment was, Dan Houston. Now, that is just a straight-up jump and an elbow to the head.
Yep.
And Fogarty didn't get knocked out, and he didn't break his jaw, so 2 weeks was the offer. If Fogarty had been knocked out then, that's 5 weeks or 4 weeks, especially after what Houston did last year. So for that only to be given 2, I don't know what the AFL... Are the AFL allowed to challenge their own verdict? Because they should. That should go and get upgraded to 4 weeks. Because it's just ridiculous. Like... Mansell gets 3 for what he did, and it's just, I don't know, it pisses me off because everyone knows that the system's broken. Everyone knows that the tribunal doesn't work and that the MRO just do whatever they want all the time. But it is just so frustrating that this happens and it's outcome-based because he has clearly jumped up, elbowed a bloke in the head he said after the game, I was protecting myself. No, you fucking weren't. The ball was like 2 meters away from you. You just jumped up and elbowed him in the head. So, yeah, I don't know.
Maynard in that.
Plenty of Maynard in that.
He gets off. But then you look at Jackson Archer and
mate.
The outcome over the action.
The Jacko Archer one is like
there's no consistency there.
No, it's not. There's no consistency at all, and it's just so frustrating because that's touched. That was nearly a goal. Here we go, Stephen. What did I say? Who did I say would take kick-ins for Melbourne?
Yeah, Stephen May.
There he goes. Play on. Make sure you play on, Stephen.
Brilliant.
He's out of the group.
So how do you find consistency as a player when you don't know the rules?
Oh, that was Christian
You
Salem
can't do
as
anything.
Well. Stephen made a Christian Salem. No, you can't. And that's the hard thing because as a player, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't know what to do. You don't know. The best play, the least vulnerable spot to be is on the bench because you can't get suspended there. I mean, I'm sure they'll find a way. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yep.
As we said this late last year, they need a complete overhaul of the rules. But we said that and we were hoping that it would take place in the off-season.
Yeah,
It didn't. It's happening, and they're overhauling the rules as we go midway through the year. So
same thing they do all the time. Go to a couple of YouTube
hit us with a couple of YouTube comments. What do we all
Hammer
think?
talking about weight loss while I'm scuffing down a Ripper sub.
Yeah, a
Easy
Ripper
fix.
sub.
Yeah.
Shit, I haven't had a Ripper sub in ages.
Good, though. Good. What's your go-to sub? Chicken strips for me. Chicken strips.
As in just a Red Rooster?
No. I'm talking Subway. Just moving on to a different...
Oh, so the Ripper sub was a Red Rooster.
The Ripper sub, obviously.
I'm a big fan of that. My go-to sub is foot-long Italian herbs and cheese, chicken fillet toasted with mozzarella cheese, and then lettuce, tomato, cucumber, pickles, carrot, onion, jalapenos with sweet chili sauce and mayonnaise and salt and pepper.
Yeah, so just the lot.
Just everything.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. That's mine. Yeah, what else we got on YouTube?
Can West Coast beat Carlton?
Yes, they can. Carlton are so shit that I think West Coast can potentially beat them. I don't think they will. I think West Coast are really, really bad. Geelong just kick another point. I think they're a genuine sniff to win. And imagine that. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine if Vossi would be sacked. If Carlton lose, Vossi's done.
Yeah, you're talking about Ken Hinkley and the...
Yeah, you're talking... It's a public lynching.
Yeah, it's a public lynching for Vossi.
The ball has just lived inside the forward half of... Here we go. Jeremy Cameron's going to kick a goal. Is he? What's happening here? Because I swear the ball's just been sitting in there for Or someone's slapping hands. I don't know. Stephen May. That was Christian Salem too, Stephen May. Perfect. I don't care if it gets smothered.
No.
Right, Jeremy Cameron's kicked the goal. We're away. We're going well.
Bet's looking good. Question for Hammer. Who has the thickest thatch of hair out of you, Angus and Andrew?
Angus. Angus has got... So my pa... my mum's dad had a thick head of hair up until he passed away. Like a full white... Just slick back, thick head of hair, and Angus has got that. Andrew's got real dark hair, but Angus has just got that matte, thicky, curly shit on the top of his head.
Yep.
And so he'll have no issue with it. And he's got so some people have like a receding hairline. He's got an encroaching one. His hairline goes down to about here. He's got like a 2 head.
Oh, so you have to trim that back a bit.
Trim it back. He's got the thickest head of hair. Thank you, whoever said that on YouTube.
That was Fozjam.
Fozzie, thanks, mate. Yeah, Fozzie's he gets
He's
involved
a regular in here.
Fozzie is a regular. Out comes Patrick Dangerfield straight out the middle. We didn't have Paddy Dangerfield for anything, did we?
No, we didn't.
Bounce awkwardly. It has straight into Stephen May's hands. There's a touch.
We do have our guest waiting in the.
Do we? Yes. So let's chat through this.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll give a little spiel here.
Do a quick intro.
So a quick intro here. We've got a guest coming on to have a chat with us. What you're about to hear and what he is about to attempt is nothing short of fucking insanity. Outrageous. Let's think of some superlatives. Outrageous, ludicrous, bonkers, bananas, stupid, fucking ridiculous. That's probably all I got. Cozzy Pickett takes a mark. He is about to try and attempt something that he's just, I think only like 2 or 3 people have done before.
Yeah.
It's called the Murf Marathon. And you're about to hear all about it.
The Marathon Murf.
Marathon Murf, close enough.
No, you got it. That's it.
You're about to hear all about it. You're about to hear from the horse's mouth what this guy is about to attempt. If he is waiting in the wings, can we please bring in our man Ethan? We got him up here.
We got you?
Eth, you got me.
Gents, how are we?
Can I see Ethan or not?
I think.
I'm just eyeballing myself here. I can hear him.
Just looking at yourself. I've got him, but that's not helpful.
Well, I mean, let's just... Yeah, that's right. I'll just roll with it.
I'll work this out.
That's right. I'll just hear with him. Eth, how are you, mate? You got me?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on.
No, not a problem at all. I'm doing very, very well. So, Ethan, I've just given a brief update. I don't know if you heard. I just gave a brief spiel about the Murf Marathon or the Marathon Murf. Mate, firstly, what is the Marathon Murf or the Murf Marathon? We'll go into the backstory of why you're doing it later on, but I just want to give everyone an understanding of what this is you're about to try and do.
Yeah, sure. So on Sunday, I'll be having a crack at a Marathon Murf, which is an adaptation of a Murf. So a Murf is a fitness challenge started by a US soldier who was killed a few years back. And it's a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and another mile run with a 20-pound weight vest on.
Yep.
And then Marathon Murf is an adaptation of that. So it's a marathon, 1,000 pull-ups, 2,000 push-ups, 3,000 squats, and another marathon with the weight vest on. Yeah.
That is stupid. Oh, that's an awful lot. Like a marathon on its own is just tough. Never done one. 1,000 pull-ups on their own, I don't think I could physically do. 2,000 push-ups, I wouldn't be able to do that. 3,000 squats, I wouldn't be able to do that. And then another marathon, I wouldn't be able to do that. But then with the what is it? That works out to be about 9-10 kilos weight vest, does it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's just ridiculous. So, mate, you're going to try and do that on Sunday. So 24 hours you got to do that.
Yeah, going to start midnight Saturday night.
Oh my God.
Take off from doing it at Habitual Strength and Conditioning in Osborne Park.
Yep.
So I'm going to leave from there, trot down to Lake Munga, and then just pump out laps of Lake Munga, and then trot back for a marathon, and then get stuck into the reps.
Mate, that's fucking ridiculous. So Jacob Masando, I play football with. He said he's on your team. He's one of your physios that's going to be helping out. So
yeah, Jacob and I are good mates. We go back a long way. So
Mossy gave me a little rundown as to what this is, but mate, I would just like to know how this started, because this isn't something you just wake up on a Friday and think, bugger it, I'm just going to go and do a Marathon Murf. How did this? What happened? How'd you get to here? Give us a little bit of the backstory.
Yeah, sure. So I started off doing a few ultra marathons, and some family members wanted to support my efforts with my running and things like that.
Yep.
And so I looked into a few charities to support, and I found a bit of a discrepancy between where the money was going, like the money that was getting donated, and then the story of the people and how it was helping them.
Yep.
So I wanted to try and create a charity that really connected donors with recipients.
Yep.
So if people were giving me their hard-earned cash, then they could actually see the difference it was making in people's lives.
Yeah, that's a good
And
idea.
I also just wanted to make sure that 100% of community donations actually went to the people who it was intended to, rather than getting caught up in admin costs and things.
Yep.
So we started Hurt to Help. I've also got a bit of a passion for pushing myself physically and mentally. So I thought that on the back of doing some pretty uncomfortable things, we can help make those people who are really struggling make their lives a bit easier. And then Habitual Strength and Conditioning, which is a gym in Osborne Park, came to us with an idea of running a fundraiser.
Yep.
And I'd sort of heard of the marathon Murf been done a couple of times before, and thought, bloody oath, this is a good time to give it a crack.
So Hurt to Help, is that you? So you've set that up. That's your charity that you've started?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, that's good. So
started back in 2023.
Yeah, mate. I like that, because you hear often people are shaking tins out the front, donate here, donate there. Well, yeah, okay, mate. I'm going to give you $20. Where's it going to go? It might go, somewhere. If I'm giving money to kids, they'll get $1 or get a Zupa Duper or a fucking paddle pop or something. So all the money gets donated. You connect donors with the people that it's going to. I think that's a really good idea. So you've linked up. So it was Habitual Strength and Conditioning. Is that the join in Osborne Park?
Yeah,
so they've said, let's do some physical challenges and make this a partnership. And you've decided on the marathon Murf. What the fuck is your problem, firstly? But secondly...
I get asked that a bit, I think it's a few mental demons that trying to run away from. But I think, I'd like to try and do something that draws attention and gets people to want to come down and support. Yep. And then also just something that really tests my limits. So I've done ultra marathons up to 350 Ks. And so with running, it's always like you can just push yourself to get to the end point. Whereas I wanted to try and push something a bit different with the pull-ups and push-ups, where I'm like genuinely thinking, fuck, I'm not going to finish this. So
as it stands right now, it's Friday afternoon. Like, what are your chances? What are you giving yourself? Like, obviously, I know you'll be saying, like, yes, I'm gonna finish it. But is this something that feasibly you might not be able to do? Like, is there a chance that you get 17 hours in and you're done?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My training had been going really well, and then a couple of weeks ago, during one of my pull-up sessions, I tweaked my pec. So it's training sort of had to tail off a bit, and so the doubt's definitely creeping in and things.
Yep.
But luckily, I've been seeing Jacob, and he's been
sorting out
all the bloody shockwave and acupuncture and all that sort of rubbish. So
yeah, that's good.
Hopefully we could piece the pec back together. But absolutely, I've this week especially been laying in bed thinking, oh shit, I've got all these people coming down to watch.
Yeah.
And I might get a couple of hours in and blow up. So
well, mate, the good thing is there'll be plenty of support, and I think regardless of whether you complete it or not, the fundraising will be the main goal. So that'll be fine. But for you, this stuff, you said that you've done this before. You've tried to push your limits. You've tried to push your boundaries. Ultra marathons up to 350 Ks sounds just ridiculous. What other stuff, like what other things have you done that's leading up? What are the hardest things you've had to do leading up to this, do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. So the ultra marathon called Delirious West is a 200-mile run.
That sounds Delirious West sounds shit.
Mate, it lives up to its name as well. It's a 200-mile trail run from Northcliffe down to Albany.
Oh.
And they set you off, and you pretty much just go as fast as you can to try and get down there. It took me 74 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you running with like a little backpack on, or are you running with where are you sleeping? What are you doing?
Yeah, so have a little camelback on. With some water and some essential supplies, and then every sort of 15 Ks you have aid stations.
Yep.
Where there's crews set up, and I had my mum and dad crew for me as well, and so they would just meet me sort of every 15, 20 Ks, and I'd come in all busted up.
Yep.
And they'd hydrate me, feed me, and then just push me back out on the trail, and I'd see them at the next one.
So but I've got are you sleeping along this 7?
I slept for an hour and a half across the 3 days. Yeah. But I got 3 days into the last night, and I was hallucinating, thinking that all these bugs were flying around me, and I didn't really know where I was.
How at that point? Because I've seen footage or I've watched documentaries of there was this. I can't remember her name, and you might know because you're an ultra marathon. But there was this woman in America who was doing these trail runs, and for the last like 30 miles or something, she said she'd gone blind. Like she lost her vision, and she was just running, just handing one foot in front of the other. Is that like you say you're delirious? What's it like? Are you? Because I can't imagine there's many people around you because it's such a long trek. Like, are you just running solo and thinking there's bugs everywhere and swatting your own face? What's the last little bit like?
Yeah. The last night, my foot, I got real bad tendonitis and partial tears in one of my tendons in my foot, and so that was fucking really bugging me. And then it was up on top of these cliffs, and the wind was just blowing me around. And then I was hallucinating, seeing like heaps of mozzies and things flying around me. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to have a rest here. And I laid down just in the bush for a bit to try and get a bit of a kick. And I just kept thinking that people were running up behind me, like overtaking me. And so I laid down for like 5 minutes. I was like, fuck this. I've just got to keep going.
Gotta keep going. Mate, that's that is crazy. So that's a long way to run. Now, not only do you have to run this time, but you've got to do it with a weight vest on, and then you've got to do all that shit in the middle, and then you've got to do it again. What's the training look like for something like this?
Yeah, so I started training back in December when the idea sort of got floated, and I initially started training like run and then go to the gym and do like the pull-ups, push-ups, squats, like do them in a minute 30 block and like do sort of 4, 8, 12 of each.
Yep.
And then I sort of had a chat with a personal trainer and had a bit more of a think about it, and then I broke my training up into just like pull up and push up days.
Yeah.
So I try and do my running days with the squats because I'm going to have to do the last marathon up to 3,000 squats.
Yeah, actually, I hadn't even thought of that. What does the PT say to you when you go, mate, I got something, just hear me out here. I need your help. Well, what's going on, mate? Ethan, what are you trying to do? You need to lose a bit of weight. Nah, I'm actually thinking about doing the marathon Murf. Like, he's fucking, their jaw to hit the floor.
Yeah, well, I spoke to him. I was like, oh, any chance you'd be able to help me, like, design a plan and stuff for that? He's like, nah, mate,
what plan am I going to do? Here's a plan. Don't do it.
That's sweet.
So, have you done what? I know mates that have done marathons. I know guys that have done Ironman. I know people who have done a couple of ultra marathons, and they typically will do like they'll train and do 60% of what they're about to do, or they'll train above and beyond. Like, what's the most you've done in one hit that will be somewhat equivalent to this? And have you done it all with the plate on? Have you done it all with more weight on? What's been your biggest sort of chunk of this that you've done going into it?
Yeah, sure. So I've been training with the weight vest on all the time just because it's like it's going to be what it's like on the day.
Yep.
And then I also got a heavier weight vest that I've been doing a few of my sessions in to try and just make it harder. So then on the day,
it's a bit easier.
The weight is a bit lighter. But I've done a marathon with it on. Through Hertz Help, we have a marathon that we organise because I'm from the country, from Narrabeen. So we have a marathon called Bin to Bin out there.
Yep.
So that was back in the start of March, and I ran that with the weight vest on.
What was your time there?
3 hours 20.
3 hours 20 with a 10-kilo weight vest on.
Yeah.
That's good going. Yeah. That's really quick, Jaiden. I don't know. Jaiden, have you ever run a marathon?
No,
neither have I, mate. Neither have I. And
but
I certainly wouldn't
did make the connection that he's running with a weight vest of the weight that you've lost.
Yeah, actually, a little bit more. Just a little bit more than that, but that's okay.
A little bit more, but
a little bit more. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Anyway, so you've done 3 hours and 20 for that. What about everything else? What about the push-ups, pull-ups, squats?
Yeah, I did 800 pull-ups.
How long does that take?
Just under 3 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Then I've actually only done 1,000 push-ups, but I feel good about my push-ups. I've trained them well.
Sure.
And then I did 2,000 squats last weekend.
Yeah. So when you're doing this, like you said, 4, 8, 12, are you just going so you've done the marathon, you tick that off. Let's say you do that on the day, adrenaline's pumping. You do that in another 3:30, let's say 3:20. You get in when you're doing these on Sunday. What's your plan? Because it's obviously important to have an idea and a plan of what you're going to do. How are you going to attack the 1, 2, 3,000?
Yeah. So the pull-ups is what I'm most nervous about. They're the thing that has been definitely the hardest to train. So my plan is 5 on the minute. So every minute just crank out 5 at the start of the minute, and then I'll get the rest of the minute to rest.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and hold that for as long as I can, and then drop to 4 a minute. And hopefully I can bust out sort of 2 hours worth of 5 on the minute, and that gets me 600 pull-ups.
Yep.
And then I'll do 4 on the minute for the next sort of hour and a half, hour and 40.
So it'll take about another 3.5 to do the 1,000 pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm giving myself 4 hours for the pull-ups.
Yep.
And then for the push-ups, I'm doing 10 on the minute.
Yep.
And so that'll give me about 3 hours 20, maybe a 10-minute break in the middle of it. So push out to 3.5 hours.
Yep.
And then for the squats, doing 20 on the minute.
Jeez. So what have you got someone there that's checking you, making sure you're doing like your pull-ups go all the way up to your chin, your push-ups are,
let the bloke, let him kip.
Like,
let him
someone
kip.
there, or are you just
if he's on pull-up number 888 and someone's saying doesn't count, mate, your chin, let him kip. That'll do. That's fine, mate. That's fine.
That's all good.
Yeah, I will be using a bit of kipping for the pull-ups. And I don't have anyone there checking me, but I know myself, like if I do a shit rep, I'm going to repeat it because I don't want to half.
You're a better man than I.
Yep.
So you're going to give yourself 4 hours for the pull-ups. You're going to give yourself a couple of hours for push-ups and then squats.
Yep.
Then you're going to have to roll out and do another marathon with the weight vest on.
Yep.
What is that like? How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I think I have to go pretty dark for the last marathon.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be too fun, but if I get to the last marathon, I'll be pretty stoked because I've just finished all those reps.
True. Yeah, you'll be flying. So you got 24 full hours to do this, and I think it'll be great. You'll get a lot of support. There'll be people there. Are you going to be doing it solo, or can people jump in and sort of help out and join in and do, be there with you doing it?
Yeah, so we've got a big day planned at the gym. So we've got like open gym day. We're going to have sessions of the Murf, so the 100 pull-ups, 200 squats, and a mile run. And you can do that by yourself in a duo or a trio.
Yep.
And so it's more sort of just a day of getting the community down, and then in the afternoon we'll have some frothies going, a bit of mini golf and DJ and
imagine things. How many beers you're gonna have.
Mate, you're only gonna need one, and you'll be
you're gonna turn into a beer. That first sip, you're gonna be so pissed. That'll be the best. That would be the best first sip of beer that's ever existed.
Hammer ranks
best sip of beer ever. That's
Ethan's
after his second marathon and he's done. Oh boy!
Does it make you want to do a little marathon there, Hammer?
No,
just so you can taste
certainly
that first sip
doesn't.
of beer?
I'm going to just live vicariously through Heath hitting this one.
Brilliant.
So anyway, there'll be stuff going on in the afternoon, but in terms of actually doing the stuff with you, so there's stuff going on at the gym, and then what's happening around it? What are the other activations or anything going on?
Yeah, so I haven't really teed up anyone. I think a few people are joining for the run here and there. The first run starts at midnight, so not too many people are keen on that one.
Yep.
But the second run, a few people are going to come down and join. But there'll just be people sort of rolling in and out, and I'll just sort of be in the corner and just crank out my reps.
Just in your dark spot, going for your life. Mate, that's unbelievable. Like I can't fathom even thinking about doing what you're about to try and do. It's blowing my mind, the fact that you're about to go and try this. I'm going to play football on Saturday and I'm thinking it'll be a tough game.
Yeah.
And here you are rolling out the next day doing all this. Mate, it's incredible and we wish you obviously all the best. But in terms of the reason you're doing it, it is for a good cause. How can we help? How can people that are listening help? Where can you direct us? What can we do to get involved and help out the cause?
Yeah, absolutely. So on our socials at Hurt to Help. We've also got a website, hurttohelp.com.au. If you want to donate, sure. If you're into sort of doing these things, it doesn't have to be to the extent of a marathon Murph. If you're just doing a half marathon, whatever it is that you're doing, like we really support people getting out, doing something good for their health. And if they'd like to raise a bit of coin for Hurt to Help, we would love that as well.
Nice.
So flick us through an email or a message on the socials. And check out the sort of recipients and who we've helped, as we've managed to make some pretty big differences in people's lives. And just know that whatever you raise for Hurt to Help will actually go to helping people who need it.
Yeah, that's the good. That's the main thing I like about this is that if you do donate, you'll see where it goes. Now, Heath,
I've put that in the YouTube chat. We do have a couple of questions coming through.
Throw them at us.
Heath from Freaky, are you going to be back at work on Monday?
I've been getting that a lot, actually. I work at Charlie Gardner's, so
Oh, yeah, you're a doctor. Ethan's a
at
doctor
work.
the whole way through this, just quietly. Ethan's just done all... You're a doctor. Continue. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'll probably be at work regardless, whether it's as a patient or as a...
Yeah, very good. Olivia Caldo, hope your patients are all right on Monday. Yep. And how's your how does your weight vest smell, and what's her name?
Smells like shit, and I haven't named this one, as I don't get along with her too well.
Have you named a few of the other ones?
I named the heavier one. I named her Veronica.
Yep, nice.
Veronica for the vest, but yeah, this one no. Trying to keep a distance from it.
Yeah, don't build the connection. You don't.
Open to names. Open to names. If someone in the comments wants to throw a few around.
Just trying to think of someone we don't like. We want to distance ourselves from. You could call it the tribunal.
Yes. I like that.
Because we fucking hate that. Mate, we'll put this up all over our socials on Hammers Happy Hour. We'll get around this. Eth, good luck, mate. Rest up, carb up, drink up, hydrate, all the rest of it. And just, if you're fucking 16 hours in and you've got 28 kilometres to go, just know that I know that you're going to be in a spot that you'll not want to keep going, but you'll find a way. So if anyone is listening and can donate and help out the cause, please do. And if you are around the area and you want to jump and watch a bloke run around Lake Munga with a vest on, get on down on Sunday and have a look, because it'll be good.
Yeah, come down. Feel free to drop into habitual strength and conditioning down Osborne Park all throughout Sunday. There'll be plenty going on. It should be a good day.
Beautiful, mate. All the best. Good luck. And I can't believe what's about to go on. But, mate, all the best. Good luck, Eth. And I'm sure I'll hear from Mossy whether you go well or not. But we'll be trekking along. We'll be checking in. Good luck.
Good luck, mate.
Cheers, gents. Appreciate your time. Have a good one.
See you later.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.
I can't even.
So, for anyone, I can't. I'm not... It's a marathon. So, wakes up in the morning, gets midnight, fucking beautiful. Just a 10-kilo weight vest. Perfect. Oh, I'm already heavy. I'm breathing heavy. Fucking hell. I'm brushing my teeth. Okay. All of a sudden, it's midnight. Okay, I've got to run a marathon. Perfect.
42.2 kilometres, by the way. Just quickly.
42.2 Ks. I'll finish that. Oh, fuck. Nice. That was so hard. Oh, am I done? No. Into the gym. Now I've got 1,000 pull-ups. What the fuck is that about? 2,000 push-ups. Even worse, 3,000 squats. And you think, that's surely done. I am, at this point, dead.
Knackered.
3,000 squats. You know how your legs will be cooked by that point?
Mate, I'm thinking about the knees.
Yeah, your knees, your ankles, your back. And then you do another marathon? Ethan's kidding himself.
But he's got a 10-kilo vest on there as well.
10-kilo vest the whole way.
He's adding 10 kilos to it because it's too easy if you don't add the 10 kilos.
I'm so confident that he's going to do it.
Mate.
I'm supreme. You can tell when a guy can flick into a spot where he just zones out and just does stuff, and that was Ethan. I was looking at him then, I thought he's just got that. He's just got an unbelievable dog in him.
Yep.
He's got a big fucking, you know that pit bull from John Wick?
Yep.
That's living inside of Ethan.
Mate, he's John Wick.
He is John Wick.
Like that is.
He's John. That's fucking insane. It's John Wick running up that in the last one, the fourth one, where he's running up the staircase and has to I think he shoots 180 people in what's meant to be a minute. It's fucking, that scene is just crazy, and that's what I imagine. That's Ethan's last marathon. Yeah. That's his last marathon. Yeah. That is fucking ridiculous. So
and then not only that, he just goes back to work Monday.
Yeah,
he's just going back to work. Yeah. He's just going to help people at the hospital. Yeah, because he's a doctor.
Fuck, what a guy. Anyway, what that has got me thinking, and we did say it off the top that we had a hammer ranks. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the sting, please, for us, Jaiden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And now on the BackChat podcast, Hammer Ranks.
Now that was ridiculous. That is an effort in 24 hours that is just, I haven't quite heard of anything like that. So what it got me thinking was, what is the top 5 physical thing, what are the top 5 most impressive physical feats that have been done in 24 hours, world record style?
Yep.
And
you know a bit about world records.
I know plenty about world records. I know a few of them actually that I have.
Yeah. 6 was it?
6, I think, maybe 5. One of them might have been beaten anyway.
Oh yeah, remember that bloke messaging on Instagram?
That guy, the Brazilian dude, whatever his name was, I can't even remember. Yeah. Fuck him. Anyway, the top 5 physical feats completed in 24 hours that I have been able to find. When he does that, that's going to go as 5. But up until then, here are my top 5. In 5, and this one just tickled my fancy and made me laugh. The most steak eaten in 24 hours is 17.7 kilograms by a woman called Molly Schuler. That's Molly on the left there, a professional eater. 17.7 kilograms. She wouldn't weigh more than 60 kilos dripping wet, 70 kilos.
No.
That's like a third of her body weight in steak.
In steak, yeah.
Like that is,
But
if you think about how hard it is to chew through, like if you have too much meat, you get the sweats. It's like your jaw hurts, and she's got. It can be blue. Like she can just rip it off the cow, and she would still be chewing through that.
Yeah.
17.7 kilos.
You look at a kilo of like steak at the pub, and you're like,
Fuck,
I don't know if I have the stomach
that's a
for
massive
that one.
steak. What's
It's a huge
the
one.
capacity of a human stomach?
She's
I'm
done
googling
that
it.
18 times.
Capacity of a human stomach on ChatGPT. When I'm just quickly looking at that, the average capacity of a human stomach is comfortably full around 1 to 1.5 litres. Maximally stretched is about 4 litres, which equates to about 4 kilos. Anyway, I don't think that's actually true, but that's just a ridiculous amount of food that goes in. That's one. Number 4, so that's my 5th. Number 4, a guy called Eric Burns. Most holes of golf played in 24 hours. He completed on his own, on foot, 420 holes of golf in 24 hours.
Is that walking as well?
Which on foot, so he's running this whole time by the looks, because otherwise he physically couldn't do it. That works out to be one hole every 3.4 minutes for 24 hours.
One hole.
A hole.
Say that again.
A hole every 3.4 minutes for 24 hours.
Outrageous.
It is fucking ridiculous. Like
We need more words other than outrageous.
yeah,
but that
outrageous,
is
ludicrous,
fucking
baffling.
insane.
That bamboozled me.
Yep,
It's bamboozled me.
Yep, good.
Because
Rattled.
he's got that one. Obviously, it looks like a 7-iron or an 8-iron or something. He's just probably using that the whole time because you can't be throwing other clubs. He's just putting with that, chipping with that. He can't make a mistake. Imagine if he gets trapped in a bunker or something. Oh. Anyway,
Loses
Eric
the ball.
Burns, 420 holes of golf in 24 hours. Phenomenal achievement.
That's
Number
nuts.
3, most Ironman triathlons completed in a day by Adrian Bennett. Number 3, he completed 3 Ironman triathlons in a day. Now, you're thinking 420 holes of golf sounds more impressive than 3 Ironmen. Let me tell you what 3 Ironmen entails. Everybody listening. 11.58 kilometres of swimming, 540.75 kilometres of bike riding, and 126.6 kilometres of running. In a day. In a single day, he's done that. Adrian Bennett.
I literally, I just have no words, mate.
I can't
even imagine doing that.
500. So all up, that's like 670 Ks. It's like, what is that, here to Esperance? Or like further in a day? Just by yourself? Running and swimming and cycling? Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, number 2. A guy called Alexander Sorokin. The furthest distance run in 24 hours by a human being is 309.399 kilometres in a day. Let me just repeat that. In one day of running, this bloke has run 309.399 kilometres, which over the entire day works out at a rate of 4.39 kilometre pace. He's doing 4.39 minute kilometre pace for a day.
That is almost here to Albany. And you imagine driving down to Albany and you just see some bloke.
Some bloke just running. Well, Tim Franklin did that.
Yeah, Tim Frank. Yeah.
But he certainly didn't do it in a day.
No, but in a day. So you leave Perth, you're like, oh, mate, there's a bloke
fuck.
running on the side. Then you're in Albany having a coffee.
Yeah.
This bloke runs in.
He's just like there.
In the same day.
What's the date? It's Saturday morning. I'm waking up. Your
just
mum
gonna
rings
run
you.
to
Hey, it's, Jerry. Hey, Jerry. What's going on? It's Alexander Sorokin here. Yeah, I'm just planning a dinner tomorrow night in Albany. What are you doing? Oh, my car's broken down. Don't worry about it. I'll run there. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll just start running.
Wouldn't
And
miss
so,
this for the world.
Yeah, wouldn't miss
I'm
this
gonna
for the
run.
world. What are we having? Chicken schnitzels. My favourite.
I'm there.
My favourite.
What's that?
I'm getting there.
A palmy and a beer? I'm
Yeah,
there. I'll
my
run.
favourite. Did you know that there's a bus system? Nah. Fuck the bus. I'm scared of the bus.
Yeah, I don't have enough money for the bus.
I've lost my wallet.
Lost my
I'm
bus
scared of
card.
the bus. Oh my God. He's run 309 kilometres in a day. That's crazy.
Sorry, it's 100 k's short of Albany.
Still, but that's
But,
why he
like,
gives himself the extra
exactly
8
right, yeah.
hours. But that's number 2. My number 1 most impressive physical feat that I have seen Googling things in 24 hours.
Yeah, Bonnie Blue.
Bonnie Blue. Actually, I should have thought of that. Yeah, shagging 1,000 blokes. That is up there. Sorry about Bonnie. Bonnie, I've left you out of this, and that's on my fault. I was Googling some other things.
Yeah.
I should have put incognito mode on and then Googled
Yeah.
you.
If
Anyway,
it was last night, it would have had a...
number 1, a guy called Nick Riding. This guy, look at the size of him. It looks like an Adonis. That actually might not even be him. I'm pretty sure it is. I Googled him, and that's the first picture that came up. Most weight deadlifted in 24 hours. This guy, over the span of 24 hours, has deadlifted 580,220 kilos total. Let me just repeat that.
Nah.
Over the course of a day, 24 hours, Nick has deadlifted 580,220 kilograms of total mass, which works out to be, so for anyone here that goes to the gym or has been to the gym, 100 kilo deadlift. Like, that's a pretty heavy deadlift.
It's a heavy deadlift.
He has done a 100 kilogram deadlift every 14.9 seconds for the day. For a whole day. That is fucking ridiculous. 14.9 seconds, he's just doing a deadlift. And the deadlift is 100 kilos. He's doing that for the whole day.
Nah.
That is impossible.
You got that right?
I've got that right. I double-checked it and triple-checked it. Nick Riding, for that, 580,000 kilograms deadlifted across the day is just stupid. Outside of Bonnie Blue, that's the most impressive thing that I've ever seen. I can't wrap my head around the fact that that is something. Like, imagine how sore you'd be. We think we speak about Ethan being sore with his marathon Murf, but like, this guy is, imagine
580,220 kilos.
It's fucking crazy. Like, that is just ridiculous. Anyway, Nick, you're at my top. Anyone at YouTube got anything else for us? Throw some stuff in. Bonnie Blue, I'm sure, will be coming up there quite a bit.
Bonnie
now.
Blue came up.
Yeah. Annie Knight, I'm sure, came in there as well.
Yeah, no, leave the putter at the green.
Yeah, leave the putter at the green. They have 18 putters set up at every green. Anyway, that's crazy. So that was just a ridiculous thing that I saw. Before we move on to the next thing, Jaiden, which I think you've got something that'll surprise, a little surprise for me to finish. Let's just go to our bet. I've seen Stephen May with the footy a bit. He's already had 9 touches, 3 minutes into the third. So we've got him for 20. Bailey Smith's had the 8, which is really nice for us. Clayton Oliver's had the 7. We've got him for 25. Jeremy Cameron's had the 7 and a goal. We need him for 15. That's moving along nicely. Christian Salem's had 5. We only need him for 50. We need him for 20. So he'll get going.
He's trucking.
And then that's it, wasn't it?
How was Jeremy Cameron doing?
Jeremy Cameron's on 7, and we need him for 15. Yeah.
Bailey Smith.
Bailey Smith's on 8. Stephen May's on 9. Yeah, I think we're looking good.
Yeah, looking good.
We're looking really good. Anyway, what have you got for me? You've got something for me.
Not get on that.
Yeah, you would have hated to.
Hey, so let's hope this works.
Move Nick off. Get Nick off my screen.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't get a boner! Don't get a boner! No, 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 no!
Are we doing bonus chat?
We're doing bonus chat.
Yes.
We're doing bonus
Finishing
chat.
off with some bonus chat.
Oh,
what have you got for me? Can we move Nick off my screen? I'm looking at it. I'm weirdly getting a boner. I'm weirdly getting a bit of blood. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, you did look a bit pasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, faint. And I thought that was... hammer.
I'm back.
Yep,
Paddy Dangerfield's just kicking another one. Continue. What do you got for us? What's the bonus stuff? What am I looking at here?
We got 20... I got a list of 20 players from 2000. I'm going to get you to blind rank
From 2000 onwards?
From 2000 onwards.
Yeah, okay.
And we're going to get you to blind rank your top 10.
Yep.
And then your top 10 subs.
So I've got to keep 10 and cut 10.
Keep 10
I've seen
and
a
cut
little bit
10.
of this actually.
Exactly right.
Okay, and this is going to be so disheartening for me because I love anyone that you're about to list. I love them.
Yeah.
God, I hope I know them all.
I think there's probably 1 or 2 in there that you don't love.
Nah.
I'd say 1.
One that I don't love.
No.
Gotta love them all.
No, you love them all.
If you've put the bonus jumper on, I'm all for it. Anyway,
it.
as you move on,
right, so I've got 20 names here.
Can I get a list to see? Is there a little graphic? No, never mind. I'll figure it out in my head.
All right, I'll keep track here and then I'll throw it in.
Okay.
How do you want to? I've got
can
a
I
list
get that
of 1
quiz
to
music
20.
in the back? Can I get the little?
Can
I get some music or something?
Absolutely, we can. Let's find
What do we
this.
normally have? Yeah, this one. Here we go. Bonus chat. getting sticky.
I was going to say, I've got a list of names 1 to 20. Do you want to pick a number and then call it out?
Nah, I'd like. Oh,
I can do it.
I'd like you to go. Actually, hang on. So you've got players' names listed 1 to 20.
Yep, listed 1 to 20.
I'm going to say to ChatGPT, randomly select an order of the numbers 1 to 20. ChatGPT is a magical thing, isn't it?
It really is.
All right. So 14.
14.
His first.
Aaron Edwards.
Or he used to be. He's actually. You know what? As we're doing this, I'm going to go to my Facebook. Aaron Edwards was my first profile picture.
Really?
On Facebook. I had the photo of him taking that fucking screamer, which should have been mark of the century, but wasn't. Where is my profile? I'm going to have, because people won't believe me. But I was and still am just an almighty boner.
I believe it. What are we doing?
Look, there it is. You can't really see. That's Aaron Edwards taking the screamer.
There he is.
Anyway, I think I've got to cut him.
Are you cutting him?
I've got to cut him. I've got to bench Aaron Edwards. Fucking hell.
That is...
I've got to bench Aaron Edwards because there's some really good boners coming down the line here. I can feel some good boners coming down the pipe.
All right.
Just getting shoved boners in me. 7.
Todd Goldstein.
Got to keep him.
Yep.
Have to keep Goldie. Got to. He's played, I think, the 3rd or 4th most games of any North Melbourne player ever. He's as good a ruckman as we've had. He's just a fucking animal and just got better the longer he played. So I've got to keep Goldie.
Yeah, you got to keep him.
Got to keep Goldie. Number 2.
Number 2, Glenn Archer.
Keep my all-time favourite North Melbourne player.
Shinboner of the
no
century.
question, Shinboner of the century.
Yep.
I wore number 11 as a junior because of how much I loved Glenn Archer. Correct, I've got to keep him. Number 19.
Jai Simpkin.
Now we're getting young and we're getting new.
Yep. New boners.
This is an adolescent boner. This was the first stiffy that I got in the bathtub. I was young and I was like, oh, what's going on down there? I'm getting a little bit, like, all of a sudden I got a boner. And that's Jai Simpkin.
Yeah, that's Jai Simpkin.
I'll tell you what, and this could shock some people, I'm going to keep him.
You're keeping?
I'm going to keep Jai Simpkin because he's my current captain and I think he is and so underrated. He's going to go to another level. I'm keeping him based on what he's going to be by the end of his career. He already is a star in my eyes. I've got such high hopes for him. I'm going to keep him. How many have I kept? 3?
You've kept 3.
And I've cut Aaron Edwards. Fuck, devastating.
Let me get the list up for you.
Okay, let me have a look. I'm going to have to... I need to start being a bit more selective.
You got that?
Yep, got it.
Brilliant.
I think there's an E on the end of Jai. Anyway, I don't know.
Nah, there's not.
There's not? Okay.
Is there?
There might be. Who cares? Let's go with... So where are we at? We just had number... What was Jai there? 19?
Jai was
11.
Wayne Carey.
Got to keep Wayne Carey, the Duck, the greatest player
There's
of all time. I have to keep the Duck.
You've only cut Aaron Edwards.
I have to keep the Duck, don't I?
Keep the Duck.
Okay, now I need to be really selective. I'm going to have to.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to
you've
start
got 6
being
more spots.
harsh because I know the dish is coming down the pipe. I know Boomer Harvey's coming down the pipe. There's going to be. Oh, I've got to be selective. Give me number 4.
The Dish.
The dish is
The
in.
dish is a keep.
I have to keep the dish. In what world can I cut the dish?
You're not cutting the dish.
Oh my god.
Yep.
So this is the most stacked list of all time.
Yeah, this is a good list.
Fuck, I need to get some.
Are you good there? Are you okay?
I am a
Mate,
fucking, I'm so.
You could be losing a bit of blood there.
I'm very aroused.
Yeah.
Righto, give me number 17.
Luke McDonald.
Elmac. Oh, Elmac, I love you, but I have to cut you.
Oh.
I have to cut Elmac. I've only got 5 spots left.
So you don't have to cut him because you got 5 spots, but
yeah,
you have to cut him.
He was a captain of the club,
Yeah.
and he's played 200 games.
Mate, he'll understand.
He's a legend in my eyes.
Are you changing it? You keeping?
I can't.
You
I've
cutting?
got to cut. I've got to cut.
Yeah,
him.
okay.
Fucking hell,
All
this
right.
is tough.
Go on.
10.
David King.
Kingy. Oh, he's a star too.
David King.
You know what? I'm going to have to cut Kingy
Oh.
for this reason.
Okay.
I didn't see enough of him. Personally, I was too young.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only reason. Look at his career. He definitely deserves to be kept. But I personally didn't eyeball him. He didn't draw enough blood into my shin boner for me to have to keep him. So I've unfortunately had to cut Kingy. Sorry,
It's your
mate.
list. It's your
My
list. It's okay.
Give me number 5.
Number 5, Daniel Wells.
Wellsy, keep. Keep every day of the week. Keep Wellesley.
Yeah.
I used to go to the football with my mates who were boners, and we would literally sit on the boundary and say, just give the ball to Wellesley, let him run around and do what he wants and kick a goal.
Electric, mate.
He was my favourite Indigenous player growing up. He was a fucking superstar. No one could do what he was doing. There was a period there where it was like, this bloke's the best player in the competition. In what world is he not a Brownlow medalist? He was so good. I cannot knock. Number 8, he's Daniel. He's just... And like, he used to wear the long sleeves. Wellesley, Jackie Chan out of midair. Yes.
Yeah,
yes. Wellesley's a keep. He was number 5, was he?
Yeah,
give me number 20 on the list.
Brady Rawlings.
Fucking hell, the schnoz. Brady Rawlings. Well, you know what? I almost want to keep him just because he was the list manager that drafted me.
Yeah.
But I also think he was the list manager that delisted me.
Cut him.
So, no, he got... I have to cut him. He was he was so good. He was the best. He was such a good run with player and just a star in his own right. But Brad, and thank you for drafting me and giving me an opportunity. But you then, in my tenure as a player, he moved to North Melbourne and he didn't take me with him. So I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Imagine me and the bonus kid. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, number 1.
Number 1. Boomer.
To keep him. I have to keep him. Boomer, the game's record holder. Probably actually going to get beaten by maybe Scott Pendlebury, but the guy, Boomer Harvey, number 29. I was in the building when he kicked point of the whole history of the AFL. Bounce, 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 bounce. Marvel Stadium was lifting. The roof was about to float into midair, and he hit the post. But he's just my favourite and would work. No man would work harder. No man put more effort into his craft. This bloke was just so fucking good. Give me Boomer Harvey any day of the week. Number 9, please.
Shannon Grant.
Oh, Shagger. I'm going to have to cut him, which is disappointing. The sole reason you're getting cut, Shagger, is because you hit the post from the top of the goal square. There was a game where he had a free kick. I think it was a 50-metre penalty. Top of the goal square, rolled in, and he was the first bloke I remember missing one from then and hitting the post. So Shagger gets cut. Number 3. Hang on, you need to put Shannon Grant down in the cut.
No, it's coming.
Okay, yeah, cool. Number 3.
Adam Simpson.
Simo, my coach. Now look, I have to keep him. He was such a good player. He played 300 and something games, captain of the football club, premiership player. I used to, he was the first captain that I remember. I can't cut him. As much as he cut me, he dropped me and then delisted me, I have to keep him in my top 10 list. You can't ignore him.
Yeah.
You play 300 games and you're the captain of the footy club and you won a premiership, you're in anyone's list.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yep.
Top 10.
You've got 2 more keep spots there, mate.
I know, and I've got 5 more leaves.
And it was Aaron Edwards that we cut before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Shannon Grant.
Shannon Grant.
So, sorry, what number was Simo there? I had him at 3. Did I say 3?
Simo was 3, yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Simo, you're in my 10.
Ooh, coming again.
That's right, we go again. 15. I'm nervous. I've only got 2 more spots to keep. Who do I want in there?
Yeah, you're close. Corey McKernan.
Fucking hell, this guy was good. Oh. But again, Corey McKernan is going to sit in my David King spec of I didn't get to see him enough.
Yep.
And so, unfortunately, Corey, you're getting cut. And I have to start being savage.
You really do. You've got
But I look up this top list and I don't knock it. And there's no one I would take out at this point. No one. Not even Jai Simpkin. I stand by him. 13.
You put David King in there for Jai.
Nah.
Or even David King at number 9.
Give me 13.
Okay. 13. Michael Ferrito.
Spud. I keep him. Keep him. Sorry. This is a personal thing, but
it's a personal list.
I fucking used to love Spud.
Yep.
Spud Ferrito was just one of my all-time favourites. He was just a dog. And I'll tell you what, the class and the character of a player, if at the end of one of the greatest North Melbourne players' career, number 11, number 11, Glenn Archer, if he gave you his jumper number, he passed 11 on to Spud.
Yeah.
Who then passed it on to Elmac, and I don't have Elmac in my 10, but...
No, you've gotten rid of him.
Spud, I just loved him with a passion. No question about it. Spud Ferrito is in. He might not be in other people's list, but he gave me, for a long time, just an almighty shin boner.
Mate, you are going to have to be
constant
very
shin
harsh
boner.
here.
I'm going to have to be very
you
harsh.
Got one spot left.
One spot left to keep with 5 more positions. Give me number 8 on this list.
Ben Cunnington.
Cunners. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You're in a tough position here, mate.
Oh, my God. I have to keep him.
No.
I have to keep
in the
him.
last spot.
I have to keep him. I just have to. Ben Cunnington, for me, like, you could line up a brick wall. You could line up 50 running bull. Like, you could have the running of the bulls, a brick wall, an oncoming semi-trailer, and Ben Cunnington would eat them all and just mow his way through them. Fend offs, fucking hard balls.
Yeah.
The bloke had
Clearance
cancer,
beast. Yeah.
came back, got it again. Came back and started playing again. He holds the record, I think, still for the most contested possessions in a game of football. This bloke, you talk about heart and soul, there is no human being that's played football that isn't as hard, that is, like, he's just the pinnacle.
Yep.
And he's just, I can't say any better things about Ben Cunnington than that. He's my 10. And you know what? I look at that list, Glenn Archer would be my hands down number 1. Drew Petrie, I think Cunnington could have a claim for my number 2 straight in there. For boners out there listening, I'd love to hear an opinion because I don't care who comes up next. I will, I think. But I couldn't have said no to Cunners.
Yep.
Righto, I've got to cut the next 4, but let me lay me down gently. Far out. Who's number 12? I know Andrew Swallow's going to come here somewhere and it's going to have to hurt me to cut him. Give me number 12.
Lee Colbert.
Colbert, I'm sorry, mate, you're getting cut. Fucking hell. Again, though, I didn't see a whole heap of him.
Yeah, no.
18.
Sean Higgins.
Oh, Sean Higgins, yeah, but played too much footy elsewhere. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Give me 16.
Jaiden Stephenson.
Jaiden Stephenson.
Yeah, that's a cut.
I'm happy with that.
That's an easy cut.
Is number 6 going to be Andrew Swallow?
Jack Siebel.
Jack Siebel, again, another star. But yeah, happy with that. I probably, you probably could have had, could have been Siebel over Ferrito. It could have been, Brady Rawlings in there over Ferrito, or maybe Jai Simpkin. It could have been a David King. I am really, really happy with that list. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it's a good list.
I was fretting after the Ben Cunnington was my last one and I had to cut 4, but I look at those 4 and, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, that's not a bad 4.
Oh my God, but look at this.
Luke McDonald.
Luke McDonald, stiff.
Yeah.
David King, stiff. Brady Rawlings, stiff. Corey McKernan, Shannon Grant, stiff. Jack Siebel, stiff. Everyone else, they're all stiff. But you look at that, and that's the whole part of being a bunny, you need to be stiff. Look at that top list. Todd Goldstein, Glenn Archer, Jai Simpkin, Wayne Carey, Drew Petrie, Daniel Wells, Brent Harvey, Adam Simpson, Michael Frito, Ben Cunnington. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you actually kidding me?
Yep.
Now, I know I've said a few times about me not having seen a lot of these guys. I didn't see a heap of Wayne Carey play, but you can't leave the duck out. That's a list. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm not unhappy with that. Anyway, that's just got... Oh.
Mate, I'm proud of you. Yeah, okay. There he goes.
God.
I was proud of you for keeping awake during that whole thing.
That right there is a man who has just had the life drained out of him. Going through North Melbourne's, that is, for me, I loved and love the North Melbourne Footy Club. But looking at that list, I remember bits and pieces from every single one of those players, obviously minus the Duck. I didn't see a heap of him play.
Yep.
But I remember those guys. I remember being at the game for Dish, Frank the Tank. I remember saying to my friends, Daniel Wells, let him just run around and get the ball and kick the goal.
Yep.
I remember Boomer Harvey running through the middle. I remember Spud. I remember Cunners having all those contested possessions. I remember Goldstein just that year where he was a Brownlow medal favourite for a hot minute there. He had 26 touches and 16 clearances or whatever the fuck it was in a game. Oh, I remember Glenn Archer going back with the flight and being the most courageous human being of all time and smoking cigarettes at halftime of a game. And now Jai Simpkin has just got this club on his shoulders and he's going to lift us to the promised land. We're playing finals this year. We're playing finals. Bonus for finals. That's all I've got for you. there's not a lot more I can do right now other than just sit back and enjoy the boners. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for being a part of Hammers Happy Hour. Go and support Hurt to Help. Go and support Ethan doing his marathon Murph tomorrow. Sunday. It's going to be fucking ridiculous. But yeah, hammers out. See ya.